Okay, in this video, we're going to talk about the statistics program that is sometimes stored on the SwissMicro's DM42, different from the stats program that's built into the calculator. So I'm going to turn it on. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to clear the memory. So I'm going to click on Shift, this yellow button, Shift, and then clear. And I'm going to press, I'm going to press down, and I'm going to clear all. That's what I want to do. And it clears everything out. So that when we press the XEQ button, there's no programs here. Okay. And you click on store, there isn't anything there as well. So I'm going to do bivariate data first, and then maybe talk about one variable statistics. Right now I'm going to do two variable statistics. It's a little bit easier so you can understand what's going on. First thing, I'm going to load the statistics program. To do that, you go Shift and Setup. So Shift and 0. When I press the Shift button, the yellow button, it activates the yellow menus. So I'm going to click on 0 or Shift Setup. And then I'm going to click on number 1 or Enter, either one. I'm going to press Enter, I guess. And it says Load Program, which is number 1. So let's click on number 1. You get a whole bunch of programs that have no idea what it does. I'm going to scroll up, and here is statistics. It's a 4K program. Very nice little program, actually. It has a lot of capabilities, and I'm only going to touch a few of those capabilities. You can load this program. It's floating somewhere on the internet. I'll see if I can find the link for it. Very, very low documentation. I had to do a lot of little trial and error, which apparently you have to do with this calculator. And this is why I'm doing this video, so you won't have to go around too much. Okay, I'm going to press Enter. It's loading. It's success. Exit, exit, exit. If I press the execute button over here, right, you can see now I have a bunch of programs. I even have a stats program. But before I touch the stats program, I need to put these data in matrices, separate matrices. So to do that, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 data points. So my matrices, my first matrices will be a 5 by 1. So I type 5, enter, 1. Don't have to enter. If you want to, you can. Then shift matrix. Okay, and then I want to do a new matrix. There it is. And I want to edit. Cool. And I'm going to type these numbers, 4.8 plus or minus key. And I'm going to press the 1, 2, 3, 4, the fourth function key, because it's going to bring me down. Okay. You can see here, this 2 says that I'm in the second row, first column, 0 data. So 5.7 plus or minus key, I'm going to go down. 6.4 plus or minus key, I'm going to go down. 7.3 plus or minus key, go down. And then 8.4 plus or minus key, go down. And brings me up to the first column, first row, 4.8. Okay. Then I'm going to exit, and I'm going to store this. So I'm going to press store. I'm going to store this, put in memory, this matrices. So I press store. Now it's asking me the type of name. To do that, I'm going to press Shift and Alpha. And now you can see you have an A here, capital A. It's possible you might not have that, so you might have to press Shift up and see it changes to small letter A, and then for lowercase letters, and then Shift up, it's blank, because you can click on any of these buttons here, like the subtraction button, multiplication button, and that comes out. But I want shift up. I want the capital A, so that if you can see the letters here on the sides. So I should be able to press this button to get a C. I'm going to move it back. Seems like it's gone here again, so I'm going to press shift alpha. You can also, I think you can press this down button to get different symbols, more math symbols, miscellaneous symbols. Let's see, if I go up, yeah, I can go up here. If you don't want to use this right here, you can always use these letters. So I'm going to go over here where it says X, W, X, Y, Z. I'm going to click on X. I'm going to store it as X. I'm going to press Enter. And now it's stored as X. I'm going to press Exit here. I can even erase this. I can go back to Store. You can see X is there. I'm going to press Exit. But to recall that matrices, you press Recall. And then you can press, it says right here, see, Recall what? X. I'm going to press the function button, the first function button. And here it is. If I want to edit this, you can go to Shift Matrix and then edit whatever's on the stack, and then you can scroll down. Why take so much time in doing this? Well, some people don't know how to do matrices. Okay, so we'll get there. So I could type 5 by 1 again if I wanted to and overwrite that so I can get Y. I'm just going to erase this. I can use the back button. I'm going to say 5, enter 1, and then shift matrix and then press new to give me a new clean matrix. I'm going to edit, and I'm going to type this 72.4, and I'm going to scroll down 84.3, scroll down 83.9, scroll down 94.7, scroll down 97.8, scroll down. So using the scroll down button here, 1, 2, 3, 4, the fourth function button, 72.4, 83.3, 84.3, I mean, you can go up, 84.3, 83.9, 94.7, and 97.8. Okay, then I can click on exit. You can press exit one more time. That matrix is ready to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to I'm going to click on store. It wants you to type in a name for it. So I'm going to press Shift Alpha. Okay, and you can see that it's in capital A. So I'm going to go over here where the number 2 is for Y. And I'm going to enter. And I can erase this now if I want. Recall Y and X. Cool, right? Okay. Now let's run and execute the program. If you click on execute XEQ here, you can click on stats to execute. And it says, what program do you want to execute? And there's stats. It has other sub menus that it can run. You can, and I press exit. You can run, I think you can go to, is it catalog? Let me see. Shift catalog? Yes. And then click on the second function button, program, and there's stats also. So you can do that. So I'm going to press exit a couple of times. Let's do this again. I'm going to execute the stats program. And it says, recall a Y matrix. Okay. One thing about HB calculators is that you type in Y and then X. So you need to type in the Y matrix. And so we need to recall. Okay, so let's recall the Y matrix. Click on recall, then the Y. And it's now you're set. Now you're ready to do the calculation. So if you click on calc, these are the calculations. Calculations for what? Well, if you click on the mean, you'll see that it's the mean for y, okay? The mean for y. And that is going to be, the mean for y, no, that's not correct, is it? Yes, it is. 86.62, right? Yes. And I'm just verifying, making sure the numbers are right, not just because the calculator tells me. There's a 0 there. That's just kind of like a placeholder for the moment. Let's do the mean. The mean, look, it gives you all these things, but, oh, I'm sorry, the median. The median is 84.3, okay? Standard deviation, the population standard deviation for y, right? The population standard deviation for y is 10.0656, that's correct. Gives you the range, the subtraction from the min to the max, right? That's 25.4. And the total, the sum of y is 433.1. All this is for the y variable. Okay, if you click on more, right, gives you the min of y, the max of y, and I guess it can sort it. It can sort this. So I think it's already sorted. Okay, and I guess you can go to matrices, and then you can add it, and I guess it would have sorted. Let me see. Let's look at let's go down. Yeah, it did. Look at that. This one is up. But that's not a good idea to sort it, maybe, because then it wouldn't match X, would it? So, okay. So that might not be a good idea to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, that was not saved actually. So I'm going to go to execute. I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to get rid of all these. Let's shift clear and clear stack. Okay. Then we'll press exit. That was something unexpected that I just thought. And actually when it sorted, it was probably okay, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, it sorted it, but it didn't save it. I did not save it, and probably it did not save it for my next step, but I'm not sure. I'm going to do this again. I'm going to press XEQ. I'm going to press stats. It says do Y, so I'm going to recall Y. Make sure. Calc. Now it's okay. See, if I go the mean, it should be the same. It's right here, 86.62. Okay. And I'm going to click on more. And like we said over here, we did min max. Now, right here it says FRCST. What that does is that it will allow me to do, to enter the X data. Okay, let's do that. So let's do the X data here. We're going to go recall, and I'm going to press X. I'm going to press lin for linear. Okay. Now, what do we got? We got the correlation coefficient. We got the slope, negative 6.9347. Oh, actually, this is times 10 to the minus 1. One thing about this calculator, sorry about that, it does put it on scientific notation sometimes, which I'm not, I wish it would be a little bit different in the way it displays the numbers. But the slope, is this correct? Yes, negative 6.934, good. The y-intercept, right, should be a small b. That should be a small m too. Right, okay. B is 41.4052, which means that you get y hat equals negative 6.9347 x plus 41.4052. Okay, there's a more button here. And if you click on more again, you can get the sum of x, the sum of y, the sum of x squared, the sum of y squared, and the sum of x times y. Okay. And if you click on more, it gives you this. If you exit, let's see, and exit, right? And exit again. And it says right here, this is when you execute, right? Stats. Let's do that y one more time. Let's recall y, right, and calculate. And we'll click on the mean. It still gives you 0. I'm trying to get the x one. That's the only thing that I don't see it doing. Even though it gives you, it's doing something. So it's giving you 0. So it's not giving me the option to do the x variable. So if you need y bar, no, if you need x bar sx, right? What I would do is I would exit this, right? Exit this. I would go to clear the sums, go to clear, and clear the stack. Go back to execute, execute, and do stats. And it says to do y, but I'm going to put x in there. So I'm going to recall x and calculate. And then what's the mean for this, right? The mean for x is negative 6.52. That's correct. The total, the sum of x, is negative 32.6. Verifying over here with my list, that's correct. The median, right, capital M, negative 6.4. The standard deviation, Sx. This is the sample standard deviation, by the way. 1.395. Is that right? I think it's right. Then the range, 3.6. You could click on more, min, max, but then you can click on FRCST and add y, but these values would be different, right? So I'm not going to do that. Okay. It's a little bit intuitive. It's not too bad. I think this program, let's go back to shift setup and number 1 and number 1 and scroll up. This program statistics, I think is best when it's bivariate data. Yes, you can do it for one variable statistics, but it's really, I think it's great to get things like correlation coefficient, the slope, the y-intercept, and it gives you only the y, right? The y statistics. Maybe there is a way to get the x statistics in there. It gives you the sums, which is cool, the sum of x, sum of y, sum of x squared, sum of x squared, sum of y squared, and such. I know that's a lot. I know I went all over the place. I think what you need to do is just hunker down, put some data, use a trusty calculator that you know. Calculate all those numbers, write them out, and then put in the calculator and make sure you're putting the right numbers. You're checking your understanding of this calculator based on a calculator that you know how to calculate, or calculate it by hand if you like, right? Like A is equal to what is that? Sy over Sx times r. And b is equal to, I always forget, let me see, y equals mx plus b. These are bars, right? So y bar minus mx bar equals b, right? And you could do it by hand. You have sy. Let's see. So a is equal to what? 10.0656 divided by 1.395 times negative 9.613 times 10 to the minus 1. Is that going to give you A? I don't know. We'll find out right now. Where is A anyway? Or the slope, right? This is really the slope. All stat stuff. 10.0656. It's not going to be perfect. 1.365. See if I can read that. Divide 9.613 negative to the power of negative 1 negative. What am I going to do here? Multiply. Is that the same answer? No, it's not. It's a little bit off. Negative 7.0886. Why is it off? Because I'm not using all the numbers in my calculation. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. 6.9347. I'm going to add that. It's off by that. Divided by 6.9347 times 100. I'm off, what, 2.2205%. I'm off 2.2% off because I'm not using all the numbers. Why am I doing that? Because some people feel like, why am I going to use a different calculator? You know, whatever. It doesn't really matter. What matters is that when you're using a calculator that you don't know how it works, like the DM42, right? And a stats program that you've never used, use a trusty calculator. Use an 11C if you like, or a 48. You can't see it here. My HP 48SX. Either way, it doesn't matter. Double check your work when you're first starting to use this calculator. Then you can, as you verify, then you can trust that it's working, especially if there's no documentation, because I haven't found any documentation for this particular program. All right. I hope you enjoy that. Please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe, and I hope you have a great day. See you later. Bye-bye.